It's mid-April and there's very little sign that spring is happening out there. This is that apricot tree that I was talked about in other videos. It did bloom, and it blooms earlier than most other trees here. The problem is we had temperatures in the upper 20s a couple nights ago, and so every single year these blossoms get nipped by frost and doesn't produce anything. So my plan has been to take that out, and I've got this yellow horn that's doing pretty well now. It's got little buds coming out. Super hardy, and it flowers later. So I think it should do well here. And then of course I've got all my little gooseberries are starting to sprout here. Different kinds of gooseberries, and I'm looking forward to this Nanking cherry this year. Although I seem to be overwhelmed by sour cherries every year, this is just going to add to that. And they might be a little harder to process because they're so small and they have a small pit in them, so I can't use my regular cherry pitter for it. These are different kinds of currants and gooseberries that I planted a few years ago. And these are hazelnuts that I took from, I don't know, I guess I took them from layering. I didn't really layer them, but they're sort of like, I took these little rooted baby plants from other hazelnuts that are nearby and just planted them out here, and they've gotten pretty well established. These ones are aronia. That's an aronia right there. It's just starting to sprout. And I believe this is another aronia. No, I think actually this is a currant. Anyways, I've got it labeled. And yesterday I planted this, which is just a bed of greens. And I've finally gotten to the point in the last couple of years. Last winter I was able to mulch my garden totally and cover it so that first thing in the spring the dead nettle and henbit don't take over. There's still some of it coming through the mulch, but most of it has been kept down, and it was really easy to work up this bed yesterday to just take the mulch off, and then I had bare ground pretty much. These are those walking onions. I've been eating these ever since I got back. It's so nice to have early season onions. Pruned this pear over here, which my espaliered pear is looking really good. This is actually a standard size tree, so I've been able to tame it somewhat by espaliering it. It doesn't have a lot of fruiting buds this year. I can see only a few here. There's one there, a couple there, but that's pretty much all that I see on this. Of course, the fruiting buds are the first ones to open up in the season. Oh, there's a couple more. But hopefully we won't get a late frost that will nip those buds and the flowers. I've got a couple more aronias over here, and that's pear rootstock in the middle there that didn't, the scion didn't take, and so I've been sort of growing it out, and I'm going to regraft it as soon as I can find my grafting equipment. I don't know, I cleaned out my shed last fall, and I just can't find some of the equipment that I had. And I'm going to continue to try to train this grape up onto my roof so that I can train it across my roof and create some shade on my house during the summertime.
I'm working on catching up with the season, but I've got a lot of footage and ground to cover. I expect I'll be posting more often to make that happen. Keep watching, subscribe, and share and like the video, and I'll see you next time.